There's a huge police state in Malaysia that revolves around drugs. And as we've mentioned before, which is common knowledge to libertarians, but conservatives and other people may not be as aware, that the real reason for drug laws is it gives the government a monopoly on the drug trade and artificially keeps the prices high. And if it were true that in the third world that you had real freedom, you wouldn't have that situation. You wouldn't have police states. What funds the police state? I'm convinced that that's actually the global mafia, world banking cartel that props up the police state, because that gives them the source of their drug money, which they use to fund a lot of covert operations. So you have this picture of this police state in Malaysia. You have, in the movie opens with three friends getting high and just enjoying the natural beauty, and the police are after them, and one of them is captured and the other two get away. Years later, they learn that their friend is in prison and go through analysis of their digging deep to find out if they should go back to try to help their friend. And like Cindy said, we won't give it away, but it is a great film on a few different levels, that the struggles they go through internally to decide whether they should just go on with their lives or whether they're called to go back there, and then what actually happens to the one who was caught. So, and that character is played by Joaquin Phoenix, who does great in that role, and a couple of other actors do really good jobs as well.
Vince Vaughn.
And who you may know from The Wedding Crashers, and very good.
Anne Heche.
And Anne Heche, however you say her name, is also has an important role in that film. But it's a good film to give you a picture of a third world police state, which unfortunately is not that different from what is actually happening in America in the drug war once you look behind the scenes. There was something else that I came across this week that just reiterated that the modern foundation of the police state comes from the war against drugs. That is what has been used to build the modern police state. And if you don't know it, America has the largest per capita prison population in the world, larger than China, larger than anyone. And what is it? It's drug offenders. These are, and why is that a bad thing? Because the reason why they can get cheap labor for the corporate machine is to use the prison population. So the people are needed to feed into this system, and they use the drugs to get them. Meanwhile, the top drug lords, the sources, are never captured, because that's actually the covert government that's running that operation. They just use it to create the source of their slave labor. It's horrible, and you can sometimes see it more easily if it's in another setting, and that's what this film is useful for. So we did enjoy it and encourage you to watch Return to Paradise.